Alright guys, back on the CRF110, and today I'm finally going to be showing y'all how to wheelie this bike specifically. Alright guys, if you're trying to wheelie this bike, you've picked the best bike to learn how to wheelie on, because you don't have to deal with the clutch. The clutch is just something you don't have to focus on, so you can focus all on the wheelie. And also the size of the bike, it's not big, it's not intimidating, so it makes it the perfect bike to learn how to wheelie on. Because if you get too big of a bike, you're just going to be too scared to ever try it, and you're just never going to get any better. You can't be scared of the bike if you want to get better. That just is what it is. But yeah guys, this video is for absolute beginners. Like, you don't know how to wheelie at all. I'm going to take you from square one, how to start wheeling. And the reason I got so good so fast is because I already know how to wheelie a pedal bike, and I've done big bikes and all that. So once I got this, I already knew how to wheelie. But there is some challenges with this bike that make it different. The biggest problem you guys are going to run into is the left to right lean on this bike. Because look, it's skinny tires, guys. You're gonna have that left to right lean problem, and you're just gonna have to learn how to deal with it. But once you can control it, it's gonna make you that much better at wheelies. Once you get on bigger bikes, you're really gonna be able to control it, because the thick wheels on a street bike, that left to right feel is nowhere near like this bike. But yeah guys, let's jump into it and show y'all how to start wheeling this thing. What you're gonna wanna do, put this thing in first gear, and you're gonna wanna sit at a dead still stop. You're gonna wanna hang your left butt cheek off the seat, right foot on the brake, because once you go too far back, you're gonna wanna hit that brake. But you're not trying to do that yet. Don't try to hit bounce point right off the bat. Let your left foot drag. You're gonna wanna do this, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. You're gonna wanna learn this first. If you guys can control a slow first gear wheelie like that, that's really gonna give you a good feel of the bike and how it's gonna work when you're actually wheeling it. Also guys, make sure you're in a good area. I pick my yard in the grass, it's the safest place for me. So just pick the safest place for you. But yeah guys, how do we get to that point, what I just showed you? Right foot on the peg, brake, slide your left foot. Left butt cheek needs to hang off the seat a little bit. Put weight on the seat and pull back on the bars as soon as you give it gas. And it's just gonna pop up like that. And you're just gonna wanna ride those. Don't try to get to balance point, just try to ride it. Kinda like that. Just kinda chase them out just to get the feel of what it's like to wheelie. I also want you guys to practice this drill right here before you try to get to balance point, is to pull it up, get close to balance point, and slam that rear brake on purpose, like this. Slam it down. And do that like 50 times. Like, pull it up and hit it down. You got to get used to that rear brake, guys, so just do that a bunch. Do drills like that, hitting the rear brake, even though you don't have to, you're not at balance point, just do it. And then once you get higher and higher, just keep doing that. So get real close to balance point, and then slam it down, just so it's in your mind, like it's like second nature to you to hit that rear brake, because it's the only thing that's going to save you if you go too far back. All right, so now you guys are ready for balance point. You're getting there, you're getting right at balance point, and this is probably what's happening to you. It'll turn to the side or something like that. It wants to shift to the left, it wants to shift to the right. Now I'm going to tell you right now, that is the biggest issue you're going to have with this bike. Once you can finally get over that, you're really gonna master this thing. So what I want you guys to do, it's gonna look silly, but put both feet on the ground, sit on it, and you're just gonna wanna do the same pull-up method, and you're not gonna have a rear brake, so be careful. Just play with throttle, don't go too far back. And you're gonna find that it's a lot easier to go straight, like this. And just move the bars with it, and your weight, like that. You'll feel it. And if you go too far back, just kind of stand up like that. Let your bike scrape. You know, just do something like that. And I know that looks super silly, guys. I don't condone doing that for long. Just do that for a little bit. Get the hang of that. Once you can master that and keep that in a straight line with both your feet on the ground, then go back to what I said. One foot on the peg and brake. 1 foot dragging, and you'll find that you're doing a little bit better than you would before. So now that you're back at this step, you're just gonna wanna do the same thing, it's just a little bit harder. You're gonna wanna play with your left leg. If you're leaning too far to the right, you wanna kick that leg out. So like, I'll go like this, see? Move the bars with it. Play with your hips, go like this. Play with it. Feel what you can do with it. It's okay to fall over a few times, just play with the bike. You just wanna feel it in first gear. Know what it's gonna do. Which is a good thing to know, because then once it starts leaning, you can turn it into circle wheelies like this, once you can control it. But at first, you're not gonna be able to do that. Once you master first gear, slow wheelies, you're gonna be a lot better at wheelies. And now I'm gonna show you how to do second gear wheelies, like rolling and actually do a real wheelie. There's like a whole technique to it, and you're not gonna wanna be sitting down, guys. You gotta stand up on the pegs like this. And when you go to throw it back, you gotta throw your whole body back. Your arms will be straight because you're pulling on the bars. So stand up and pull back and throttle, like you're trying to get it up in the air, like this. See that? Notice how the bike comes up a lot easier when you're standing on it and you're pulling back. Like my body's literally extending. So watch, guys. Stand up, throw your body back and throttle. Now obviously that wasn't balance point at all, but what you want to do is build that up to get to balance point. If you sit back down too soon, your bike is just going to slam right back down. You got to get almost to balance point and then sit down, and then you'll feel it. But like I said, you got to be ready for balance point or you're going to loop out. You can loop out real easy on this bike if you don't know what you're doing. That's why I say get used to that first gear, slow wheelies, and the rear brake so you know what you're doing. If you're going this fast in second gear and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to loop out. So, how do we get over the fear of balance point in second gear at a higher speed? You got both your feet on the pegs. Let's be honest, guys, it feels different than that first gear wheelie that I taught y'all to do. So honestly, guys, I'd say it's all in throttle control. Once you're familiar with the throttle control on this bike, you can really play with it right at balance point. You don't have to really go far behind balance point to learn this bike. And once you're used to sitting far back like that, guys, you're gonna start wanting to go further back and further back. And it's just a gradual thing. It's just the matter of going further back every day and getting out and practicing. I'm telling you guys, the best thing you can do is get a safe space, a place where you're comfortable, and just do it so much. Like I went back and forth on this strip over 1,000 times easy. Like it's all I do. You got to put a lot of time in it, guys. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I would do right here. Like I'd stay right at balance point. I wouldn't go further back. I'd just stay like right there at it and below it and just keep playing with it until you're comfortable. You'll gain enough courage to start going further back and further back. So what I want you to do when you're at balance point, just let go of throttle all the way and see how fast that makes you go down. If you go down right away, that means you can go further back. And you just want to keep playing with that. If you can let off throttle and you're still coasting a good bit, that means you're at balance point. And if you can coast a long ways, that means you're behind balance point. And eventually you're gonna go so far back that you need rear brake as well. Let go, let go. And then I need rear brake on that one because I went too far back. So yeah, guys, just play with letting go of the throttle all the way and let that engine brake catch you. You don't always need the foot brake. The engine will catch you a little bit and you need to get used to that. That's how I got really good on this bike, is learning engine braking. But yeah, guys, I don't know why I didn't talk about engine braking sooner, but engine braking is like your best friend when it comes to wheelies. You really want to learn the engine braking of your bike because it saves you a lot. A lot of times I don't have to hit rear brake because I just let the engine brake catch me. You go behind balance point just a little bit, let go of throttle, and you'll feel the bike bog down and catch itself. This bike has one of the best throttle responses. You can honestly play with the throttle and the engine braking and you don't even have to use rear brake sometimes. It's that good. But if you go too far back, you're always going to need rear brake, so just be ready for that. But yeah, guys, engine braking is your friend. Just get used to engine braking. All right, guys, so if you're still scared of balance point, go back to first gear, do that pull up, and just learn dropping back going slow, because this is the least scary way to drop back right here. First gear, build some speed up and just drop it back. I did that a lot practicing before actually dropping back in second gear. What I was showing you at the beginning. And just learn to drop it back and catch it with the rear brake. And guys, that's a huge thing I kind of forgot to mention on a way to look at it, is you want to catch it right at bounce point. You pull it up, catch it with your brake. You don't really want to chase to it, you kind of want to get right to bounce point. The faster you get to bounce point, kind of the better. That's kind of how you want to look at wheelies. When you're dropping back, no matter what gear you're in, you're catching it with that rear brake. As soon as you're done dropping back, if you don't want to go further, catch it with that brake. Same applies with second gear, guys. I'm gonna do it. It's literally catch it, catch it. That's literally what I'm doing. Like, as soon as I'm done, I'm not comfortable with being back there no more. I don't want to be that far back no more. Just catch it and then back on that throttle. If you don't get back on the throttle soon enough, it's just gonna slam down. And you don't want to hold the brake, just hit it hard and let off. Just hit it. Don't just stay riding the brake hard. So yeah, guys, that's just kind of how you gotta look at it, is you're catching it. As soon as you're done dropping back, catch it with that rear brake, get back on the throttle, drop it back again and catch it. I know I make it look easy right here. I know it's not, it takes a lot of time, guys. And also, guys, it's not always the same amount of pressure to the brake. You gotta play with it. If you slung it back really fast and hard, you're gonna have to hit that brake a lot harder to catch it. So you just gotta play with it and know it. That's why I say to get familiar with first gear, because it's not that dangerous in first gear. There's a lot of trial and error you can do with first gear. Second gear, if you screw up, you could get hurt pretty easy. So that's why I want you to really master first gear. I know it's not as fun, but I'm telling you, if you can master first gear wheelies, second gear wheelies are gonna be that much better. Go over the video, comment anything, guys. I will respond to all of you. I'll try to help you out as much as I can. This is just a beginner guide. I'm probably gonna do a more advanced guide later on, like once you are actually riding wheelies, how to improve it and how to get further distance. But yeah, guys, don't try tricks or anything yet. I want you guys to master sit down wheelies. That's what I did. I wasn't doing knee knockers or nothing like that. I just got really good at sit downs. That's what you want to do. I'll show you guys how to start involving tricks and stuff like that, but I honestly didn't try tricks, one hands, anything like that until I was really good at just regular sit down wheelies. So that's what I want you guys to practice. Go over everything I did in the video. So yeah, guys, drop a comment if you have any questions. I will get back with all of y'all. But yeah, guys, if I'm missing anything, you want any more information, just drop a comment. I will get back with everybody. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Drop a like if I helped. Sub if you haven't already. I'm gonna be coming out with a bunch of bike life content, just wheelie videos. So yeah, guys, till the next one, peace.